Today we speak about karma, which is a very popular topic, but also misunderstood, misused. First of all, the word karma in Sanskrit means action. So it's not your destiny, it's not your faith. The majority of time people say, oh, this is that there was something good, something bad happening, it must be my karma. Well, partially true, partially not. Action, it means that whenever we are in this present moment, for example, the opportunity for me to be here today comes, in the present time, comes from something that I did in my past that has generated the conditions and which has come on its own by causes for me to create the ways, the conditions to be here today. What I am doing today, which means not just in the form of action, but in the form of thoughts, which is kind of scary. The thoughts that I generate today are creating a force, a strength that is moving like a ball, like a stone. For example, if I take an object, something, and I decided to throw it into the air, so the action of my hands stopping after I've thrown the object are not finishing by the element of throwing the object, but then the object, by rolling into the air, is generating a force. Then, of course, where this object is going, let's say, for example, I've thrown it into the air, into the sky, so there is nothing above me. But if I throw it against the stone that is here on the ground, it means that it's hitting an object. That hitting an object, it's the action that I am generating is hitting some conditions, the fact that the stone is exactly there in this place, and so it's generating and creating further actions, further reactions, further consequences, further conditions. And there are, of course, the two forces of karma are the interdependence and then the law of karma, which, of course, they are very complex element in which we have to enter, and I'm not going to enter into explaining that from the Buddhist perspective today. But the fact that this stone is there exactly in this moment, because, for example, the wind, the rain, maybe other animals, maybe humans have decided for this stone to be here today, it means that this object that is hitting the stone that is here today is creating a reaction, so the object is bumping maybe into the other stone or on the ground and hitting something else. Or, for example, a leaf have just fallen onto my head, onto my hair. Taking another example, which is normally used for karma, is like planting seeds. So actions that we do, thoughts always, as I said, and an action, in order to be complete, it means that it starts from the thought and it ends up in my element of rejoicing about that. So being, these are the elements for an action to be complete. So my element of I've done something and for example, I'm proud of that, I'm happy about that, so I'm rejoicing of something. So whatever is this action is creating some consequences. So it's like planting seeds that then at some point, by the element of me pouring water, watering the seeds, the conditions of the weather, the natural conditions around, give the opportunity for these seeds at some point to bloom and generate a plant and generate flowers. The same way, the action that I decide to do today might not necessarily decide to bloom in this life. It can also happen in several lifetimes. And there are millions of actions that we can do each moment, each second in our life, each thoughts. And then, like rolling of the object of the stone, it's just waiting for the perfect conditions to ripe to generate an effect. Which means when we are lucky, the conditions of these actions become complete in this lifetime. When we are not lucky, we get them with the interest in other lifetimes. It means this force, this ball of energy that has been generated is reinforced, is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger because of the interdependence. It means that maybe in order to bloom, it requires several pieces of the puzzle to happen.